The greater job lies with designing sport development programs and undertaking projects through which we will continuously feed into the system of sport development. I'm therefore happy to report on the following projects that continue to run successfully. Rebabonaha. In the 9 codes in the Rebabonaha program, we have since launched judo and tennis to make a total of 11. We have not concluded discussions with BOPSA regarding the management of the program, as well as beneficiary codes with the view of having the latter provide technical support to the lead institutional code. We will carry out the discussions and update you accordingly. Director of Ceremonies, I also take this opportunity to express our profound gratitude to the Botswana Mining Company for their continued and unwavering support towards the Rebabonaha program. Thank you, Professor. We are happy to note yet another development of international status. I wish to commend the President of Tennis, Mr. Amanze, for the offer of the rights to be the International Tennis ITF for the Botswana Tennis Association to host the ITF High Performance Center in Botswana. This has been confirmed to come with a lucrative contribution of 60% towards the 200,000 annual running costs of this center. It will certainly go a long way towards elevating our tennis in the country and make us a hub of the region. Through this initiative, just for clarity, the funds that are going to be contributed by ITF, we're not talking pulas. So when I say 200,000, the thinking should not be pulas. It's pounds annually, 200,000 pounds. The other good gestures from the ITF have not gone unnoticed in the recent past, such as the contribution of 50 wheelchairs to BTA towards wheelchair tennis for people with disability, as well as technical expertise to support the program. At the AGM in March this year, I informed you of our envisaged hosting of the International Working Group on Women in Sport. I'm happy to report that we have since received the rights to host the International Working Group on Women and Sport Conference in 2018. To this end, we will be receiving a delegation from Finland beginning September 2014 to help us set up the secretariat that will be housed at the ministry. Our permanent secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture, Mrs. Ruth Maporisa, is the chairperson of this world body. And last time when I spoke at a Coca-Cola event, I said, she's the chairperson of the world, not of the region or continent or some 3 people sitting there. The world, like the president of IOC or something. We have seconded the current BNSC Games General Manager, Ms. Khami Mutibi, as Secretary General of the IWG and head of its secretariat. We commend our permanent secretary, Mama Porisa, and Ms. Mutibi for their new roles. We have full confidence in their capacity to deliver to the world. They will be assisted particularly in preparing for the conference by a local organizing committee consisting of equally capable leaders. The LOC will be chaired by Mrs. Valencia Mokeke, former Director of Gender Affairs. Other members of the LOC are Mrs. Mapula Kaikiti, Chairperson of our very own WASBO, who is also the Vice Chairperson of the LOC, Mr. Falcon Sidimo from the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture, Ms. Benedette Muruti from the Botswana National Olympic Committee, Ms. Koziba Malibala from the Botswana National Youth Council, Mr. Saber Raditadi from the Ministry of Education and Skills Development, a representative from the Botswana Tourism Organization, Ms. Naledi Dikomu Golden, the Botswana Mining Company, Joyce Lepetu, Botswana College of Agriculture, Ms. Suzy Muntsu from MISA Botswana, Ms. Chiapo Mukoswa, a veteran sport administrator, and a representative from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation for obvious reasons. The Centers of Sport Excellence program is currently being implemented in various schools across the country. The program is bearing fruits as evidenced by 6 medals we got from Good Hope Senior School athletics team. Pursuant to the handing of the sport equipment last year and the renovation of facilities in some of the centers, we will be visiting the centers by the 4th quarter to appreciate the full implementation process. Meanwhile, volleyball courts at Okavango CJSS have not been completed as yet, and wish to report that Botswana Volleyball Federation and ourselves have engaged both the school authorities and the contractor to complete the works soonest. It is our wish that BISA should come on board in this project as a strategic leader, while the affected codes provide the needed expertise. We commend the Sports Development Committee, the Sports Development Staff and Management, and the board, under the stewardship of Professor Martin Mokwati, for the job well done in monitoring the progress of this noble initiative. In line with our commitment to facilitate the cascading process of your organizations, some of you have moved with speed to complete the exercise. This we are talking about Vision 2028 cascading process. Tennis, chess, and bridge have completed the exercise. I appeal to those who are yet to complete the exercise to do so soonest, to the delight of our customers. This exercise will be a yardstick to gauge performance of your organizations in all areas of delivery of the council mandate. The controversial affiliates empowerment scheme. I know a lot of us are not a big fan because of the fact that we are not a tier 1 or tier 2. The process of reviewing the scheme has started with the affiliates empowerment panel having been constituted following the end of a 4-year term of office of the previous panel. The panel consists of Mr. Dabilani Butali, former Sports Council Vice Chairperson, as Chairperson of the panel, Rebi Chokotsiane, from the Botswana National Sports Council Board, Re Tupa Tupa, Performance Management Expert, Remona Kota Mojaki from the media, and 3 affiliate representatives, and we have taken from across board. Retebo Sebego, who is the President of Football. We have Retirelo Mokokomane, who is the President of Softball. We have Alex Rankwe, who is the Secretary General of Weightlifting. Botswana National Olympic Committee has seconded to us Rete Positali. Members of the Secretariat, we have our HR manager, we have our executive assistant, and these people are forming the team that will be developing that process. And I've said this many times when we're having fights at our meetings about the outcome of the first empowerment scheme. What you record or how you respond to the issues that are going to be brought in front of you is what will determine where you fall. If you become stingy with information, you are going to be a tier 7. But if you provide information when asked for and load the information that is required from you, things are going to be easy because it makes the team very easy for them to analyze. So when this exercise is done and dusted, I just want to plead with my colleagues, let's not delay the process by arguing the outcome at this meeting, because we are simply here as the highest authority in sport issues. We will just be presenting the report and it should just pass through. Don't worry, Resebego will not dictate anything for him to be a tier 1. There are other people who are guiding the process so that they all fall in the proper place. While we carried out due democratic process to constitute this committee, we recognize an anomaly on gender equity. It will be rectified by 2 more appointments, one of whom will be the ministry representative. This empowerment panel will be in place for a period of 4 years, and their duty is to review the current scheme, number 2, to review the current empowerment policy, number 3, to develop a new funding model. This is very important. Right now, the distribution of funding is based on the submissions that you make as your budget. They are not based on an intelligent document that purely structures how the funds are going to be utilized. So we want to come up with a proper funding model that will ensure that we push our agenda forward as sporting codes. The process of engaging an independent consultant is on course. He will work with you to gather information that will guide the outcome of the categorization exercise. We expect the process of classification to be done by November this year. That's the target that we have set for ourselves. Pursuant to our input into the drafting instructions that led to the development of a comprehensive piece of sport legislation, I am very happy to inform you that the bill has been discussed and it has been adopted. Regulations that will guide the day-to-day operations of the commissions are being developed. At the last meeting, I did state that us recruiting for a CEO of the Sports Council is going to be determined by the adoption of the bill. Now that has been adopted, and we are going to start the process of engaging a CEO, because we need to be hiring for the future, not for now. So we have given ourselves a period of about 3 months to have a CEO in place who will drive the transition period. I wish to take this opportunity to appeal to you sport leaders to improve in the running of your codes. We are inundated with so many complaints of mismanagement at your individual codes. We have carried out audits where we could. In some instances, we have found allegations to be baseless, whereas in others, there is indeed a cause for concern. Top among the concerns are internal strife and lack of compliance to corporate governance. One of the basic governance requirements often ignored is the need to convene general meetings. We are concerned at the rate at which these meetings are postponed, sometimes without convincing reasons to do so. There is a disturbing trend whereby some international organizations to which you subscribe dictate terms in the running of your normal business. I wish to impress upon you to manage your codes effectively and avoid drawing attention from outside. I implore you to make your contributions watertight. Your constitutions, mind you, watertight. These are documents for your guidance and not to be used against each other at will. You have to develop more policies to address issues that might not be covered in constitutions, such as grievance procedures, disciplinary guidelines, elections guidelines, selection policies, to name but a few. In the absence of these governance tools, you will find yourself stepping your mandate more often than not. Distinguished leaders of sport, in the same breath, I wish to draw your attention to a financial code of conduct that we have before us today. This has been developed to assist in the financial management of your codes. It is hereby presented for your approval. As I draw my attention to new applications, we have a new applicant in Botswana Taekwondo Association. They have fulfilled all requirements as assessed by Secretariat. We therefore hereby present them for your ratification in keeping with the statutory requirements of your Act. They participated in the second Africa Youth Games and won 2 bronze medals. As I conclude my statement, Director of Ceremonies, I wish to remind you that part of the agenda of this meeting is the election of a new board, and of course, appointment of others as per the Act. It appears that the atmosphere around the agenda item is calm and different this time around, and that should be the order of the day. Thank you for the courtesy of your kind attention.